This is the future.
Hello everyone, and welcome again to another Warframe video. I just want to warn you about a secret boss in Whispers in the Walls that you should avoid right now in a specific mission. The new boss seems to be a replica of the Zariman mission's Void Angels, but right now, the Whispers version are Hell and Netracell missions. I highly suggest that you avoid them, as the Netracell version of this Whisper bosses will be hard to take down. To begin with, if you decline a bounty that requires engaging in combat to obtain a specific reward, you'll need to actively seek out the target. These elusive foes are well concealed, often lurking in less traveled areas. Your task is to meticulously explore off the beaten path locations until you chance upon a floating grimoire page, signaling the commencement of the encounter. Once the adversary materializes, be prepared for a barrage of attacks incorporating a diverse array of Warframe abilities. Upon depleting its initial health block, the Whisper becomes invulnerable and initiates a regeneration process. During this interval, you must locate a designated waypoint guiding you to a book that must be eliminated to vanquish the Whisper. Optimal damage against the book can be achieved by utilizing your operator. Although the process is straightforward, be aware that the waypoint might be situated at a considerable distance. The method to defeating the boss is pretty straightforward, but just like I have said, avoid the Netracell version as it's a pain to deal with. On my first encounter, the boss is very bullet sponge and its attacks are solid that sometimes it can one-shot you if you're only relying on damage reduction alone. The worst part is, after we depleted the first health bar of the boss, we need to travel a long distance to destroy the grimoire. We did not exactly know what to do at first, so we were just smashing the book with our weapons, only to fail and spawn the goddamn thing again. But the long time spent in downing the boss is not the most annoying part though. After we managed to kill it, it did not spawn anything. I managed to scan the boss with the help of my Helios with the Investigator precept, and I saw in my codex that it drops the new melee arcanes in the Whispers in the Walls update. Now, this is the mocking version of the Whispers boss, which you can encounter in the Netracell mission accessible through Tagfer. If somehow the new melee arcanes are guaranteed drops in this new boss, then I can suggest that you just do the Netracell mission every week, farming for Archon shards and hunting down the Whispers boss in the process. However, I don't suggest you doing it right now since it's bug and seems to not drop the melee arcanes. Of course, you can also choose not to do it even once, as there are better options to farm melee arcanes right now. Simply ranking your Caveat Syndicate to Scholar will give you access to all new arcanes from the new vendor named Bird 3. Honestly, burning yourself out from farming Netracell versions of these Whisper bosses is not worth the hassle, as there is an easier version. All you need right now is patience to rank up your Caveat Syndicate. In addition, I have also encountered the Scathing Whisper version of these new bosses, which happens to drop a melee animosity arcane after killing it. I'm sorry I can't show you the video because I accidentally deleted it, as I need to remove some of my footage as I was running out of space. In addition, I wasn't able to scan it in my codex because I wasn't using any companion while doing the mission, since I forgot to do so after doing some capture for my thumbnail in my previous video, which features the broken Warframe. But rest assured that Scathing Whispers also spawn in bounty missions, and all you need to do is look for those floating grimoire, which is very well hidden in the tile set. Honestly, it's better to encounter these types of Whisper bosses in bounty missions compared to the Netracell version, and if you are really itching to try the new melee arcanes right now, then doing the bounty missions and searching for the grimoire would be optimal. I assume that it would be the same as doing the nodes in the DMO's map, but I would still prefer bounty missions as they yield more benefits, such as Endo, the currency used to buy relics for Prime Resurgence, additional Voca, and even standings to increase your Caveat Syndicate. However, if you can wait, then just chill and rank up your Caveat standings to Scholar before trying out all the arcanes. Eventually, this will still be the best method to acquire melee arcanes in the end, and Whisper bosses will just be side missions which you can do to provide more melee arcanes. And lastly, let's talk about how to damage these Whisper bosses. Looking back at my codex, I saw that the Whisper boss has Tenno Flesh, which is one of the 3 health types of Tenno Warframes, Operators, and Railjacks, serving as their health. Its weaknesses and resistances are neutralized across the board, meaning it neither receives increased or decreased damage from any damage type. Long story short, there's no specific damage type that can deal increased damage to these new Whisper bosses, and the best thing you can do is pick a weapon with high damage output. Warframe abilities that can buff your weapon damage will also help in this fight, so if you can use Eclipse, Sada's Whisper, Roar, or even just simply using Chroma with his Fury buff will lessen the time spent in depleting the boss health bar. During Scathing Whisper fight, I was using the Felarks with only this mod setup, and it it works perfectly even if we manage to spawn it in the tier 5 bounty mission from Fibonacci. While during the Mocking Whisper fight, I was doing more damage with my Regulator Mesa. So knowing that Peacemaker Mesa works in the Mocking Whisper fight, it's safe to assume that it will melt the Scathing Whisper with the same build. I really just hope that the bug from Mocking Whisper not dropping any melee arcanes will be fixed soon, as it's really an annoying fight with disappointing rewards. So that's all about it. I hope you find this video informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next guide. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.